The Saindhavas, also known as Jayadrathas, ruled western Saurashtra from 735 CE to 920 CE, probably in alliance with Maitrakas in early years. Their capital was at Bhutambalika. The known historical events during their rule are the attacks of Arabs repulsed by Akwaka. In the epic Mahabharata, Jayadratha was the king of Sindhu kingdom. He was married to Dushala, the only sister of the 100 Kaurava brothers. He was the son of the king Vritakshastra. He was killed by Arjuna with the help of Krishna. The word Jayadratha is derived from two Sanskrit words, Jayat meaning victorious and Ratha meaning chariot. Thus, Jayadratha means having victorious chariots. Jayadratha was born as a result of severe fasts and vows taken by his father. There was an ethereal voice at the birth of Jayadratha that this child would become a very famous king, the head of whom would put down the head of the children of the earth and break into 100 pieces within a moment. His father was filled with joy when he heard this ethereal voice, and so he made Jayadratha king at a very young age. This is mentioned in the Adi Parva of the great epic Mahabharata, where he married the princess Dushala. From the beginning, Jayadratha was a bitter enemy of the Pandavas, so it was not difficult to find out the root of his enmity. It all started in Adi Parva that Jayadratha once visits the Pandavas while they were living in the forest during the exile period. The Pandavas were out hunting, leaving Draupadi alone at the ashram, and they requested sage Trunabindu and Dhaumya to watch over her. On that day, Jayadratha saw Draupadi and sent his minister Kotikasya to inquire as to who she was. Kotikasya went and after learning about her identity, informed Jayadratha that she was Draupadi, the wife of the Pandava brothers. Jayadratha, in spite of learning her identity, went to Draupadi and proposed to marry her. Initially welcomed him as the Pandava's brother-in-law, Draupadi vehemently refused his proposal. Infuriated, Jayadratha abducted Draupadi and started moving towards his kingdom. While the Pandavas returned to their ashram to find Draupadi missing and learned about the event that had unfolded in their absence, they immediately start looking for her. Yudhishthira then ordered his younger brothers to rescue Draupadi. They rushed in their chariots towards Jayadratha and his host with great fury and started to slay all of his soldiers. When Jayadratha, the king of Sindhu, saw that his warriors were slain, he became anxious and in confusion, leaving Draupadi there, he fled for his life. Yudhishthira returned with Draupadi while commanding his brothers to pursue Jayadratha but not to kill him. On learning that the enemy was a full 2 miles ahead of him, Arjuna used a divine weapon to kill Jayadratha's horses. Bhima seized Jayadratha by his hair, slammed him on the ground with violence, and started to kick him on his head until Falguna reminded him of Yudhishthira's words. Suppressing his wrath, Bhima shaves the hair of the prince's head, leaving 5 tufts in as many places. Thrusting him in a chariot in chains, they returned to their own brothers and asked Draupadi for Jayadratha's fate. Draupadi thought of her sister-in-law and suggested that he was already treated like a slave and mistreated by shaving off his head, so he should be released as an act of mercy. So he bowed down to the merciful Yudhishthira and Jayadratha returned to his capital. But he felt very humiliated after returning to his palace. Jayadratha gave control of his kingdom to his wife and did several penance towards Lord Shiva to receive some boons. Pleased with his austerities, Shiva appeared before him and granted him a boon. Jayadratha asked for the ability to defeat all 5 Pandavas. However, Shiva told him that this was impossible, but still Jayadratha implored him for any help in avenging them. Reluctantly, Shiva granted him the boon that while he won't be able to defeat the Pandavas for one day, he will be able to check their advance. Saying these words, Shiva warns Jayadratha that even this boon couldn't hold Arjuna. However, satisfied, Jayadratha returned to his kingdom. Few years later, Jayadratha fights on the side of his brother-in-law in the Kurukshetra war. On the first day of the battle, he defeats King Drupada. On the 13th day, when the Chakravyuha is launched by Dronacharya, Arjuna's son Abhimanyu manages to enter the formation. He intends for the Pandava forces to follow after him and smash the formation from the inside, thus killing all. However, Jayadratha moves to close the gap, and Shiva's boon triggers as he is able to hold all of the Pandava brothers and their allies at bay. As part of the Kaurava strategy, Arjuna and Krishna were busy battling Shusharma and the Trigatra army. With no aid, Abhimanyu is trapped and brutally killed by the Kaurava warriors. Abhimanyu's death was a gigantic blow to the Pandavas, in particular to Draupadi. Dhritarashtra and Bhima felt very guilty for not killing Jayadratha when they had the chance. Arjuna blamed Jayadratha to be the cause of Abhimanyu's death and vows to kill him the very next day before sunset, vowing that if he fails, he would immolate himself. Dronacharya arranged a combination of three vyuhas in order to protect Jayadratha from Arjuna. The first one was Shakata Vyuha, the card formation. The second one was Suchimukha Vyuha, the needle formation. And the final was Padma Vyuha, the lotus formation. Bhima, Satyaki, and Arjuna tear through the Kaurava army. But as the Maharathis after Maharathis collapsed back to defend Jayadratha, it became clear that Arjuna couldn't reach him before sunset. With the sun nearly set and thousands of warriors still between Arjuna and Jayadratha, Krishna sends his Sudarshana Chakra in order to mask the sun and create an illusion of sunset. The Kaurava warriors rejoice over Arjuna's defeat and look forward to his imminent suicide. Jayadratha, who was hiding behind Duryodhana, is relieved that he was saved and comes out of the formation to mock Arjuna. Suddenly, the sun is free from the eclipse, and Krishna tells Arjuna what he had then. He then points at the hiding of Jayadratha, telling Arjuna to sever his head and shoot it into the lap of Jayadratha's father. Arjuna quickly shoots the Pashupastra at Jayadratha, decapitating him. Jayadratha's head is taken with the arrow far from the battlefield, finally landing on the lap of his father, Vidakshatra. His father had granted him a boon that whosoever will be responsible for his son's severed head falling onto the ground will have his head busted into 100 pieces. Therefore, when Vrihadkshatra, horrified at having his son's head in his lap, hurriedly got up, it fell to the ground, killing Vrihadkshatra at the same moment. Jayadratha is succeeded by his son Suratha, who did not participate in the war. However, a few years later, after Yudhishthira became the king, he performs the Ashwamedha Yagna and sends an army to guard the horse with Arjuna as the commander-in-chief. Arjuna soon marches towards Sindhu kingdom, and when this news reached Suratha, he ends his life fearing that it will be impossible for him to face Arjuna. When Arjuna reaches Sindhu, he heard what happened and felt bad for his sister Dushala. So he installed Suratha's infant son as the next king of Sindhu and returns without a battle.